Are you looking to get into wood stabilizing and you just don't know what to get? There's a new kit out that takes all the guesswork out of it. So let's check it out. I do a lot of wood stabilizing videos and I try to explain everything, but to the absolute beginner, it's probably a little bit intimidating. We're gonna take the intimidation out of that today. We're gonna unbox this thing from Turntex. It has everything you need except for a pump and an oven. And we're gonna go through all that stuff. Let's check it out. I'm gonna unbox this right now. I am very excited to show you what comes in this kit, so let's just get to it. The first and probably most important thing is going to be the instruction manual. This tells you everything about everything here. Anything you need to know about the containers, about the vacuum chambers, how to do this, dye stabilizing, everything. It goes through absolutely everything in here, and it is super valuable information. Anything you want to know is in here. Now the second thing is going to be the vacuum chamber. I chose to get a 6x18. There's all kinds of different sizes, different price points. This is the top to it. This is the quick connect that's going to go to your vacuum pump. This goes right there. This is pretty much almost done already. This here is a retaining ring that you can screw down to something. This is going to fit in here like this and turn, and then you can screw it down to something so this doesn't try to wobble. If not, it's going to be a little bit wobbly. I'm going to show you how to screw this down to something. And it comes with screws to screw it down with. This holds your material down. So you're going to put it in here like this and it'll wedge in there. There is a top and bottom. The part with the notch right here is the bottom. So you go down there and you can pull it up. There's a right and wrong to that. It comes with a glass beaker so you can test your cactus juice to see if it's still good. Oven thermometer, cactus juice with activator is a gallon of this stuff, and then it's going to come with 3 colors and some gloves. So that's pretty cool. Now we need to know a few things. This pretty much covers everything except for you need 2 things. You need a vacuum pump. I have a whole setup over here that's pretty advanced. This is a cheap pump. I'll put links to this one below and some other cheap ones. You don't need a $500 pump. These are around $100 or maybe even less. I'll put a link to a few of those below. And you need some kind of oven. I have a smoker from Home Depot. I'll have that link below, but you don't need that. A toaster oven is all you really need. You just need to be careful. Don't overfill it. Watch it the whole time, and you should be good to go. I'll put a link to a couple of toaster ovens that I would recommend down below. So this and the toaster oven is all that's missing from this kit. Now let's kind of put this thing together. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just roughly center this. This is MDF. It's like 11 by 11. It's going to keep it from rocking around. So all we're going to do is put these provided screws in here. So just in case that wasn't clear how this works, it has these little feet. They go in these little notches. And you twist it like that. And so now it's way more sturdy like that when you use this ring. I use these every time. Next up, this thing says remove the pin before use. So just kind of break this, get this tape off of there. It's pretty good tape. Remove that. And this other end needs to go to our vacuum pump. So it is a tapered fitting. You don't need tape on here. You don't need anything fancy. That's going to fit to that like a puzzle. So it just goes on here and tighten it up with a little wrench. You don't have to do Hercules or anything. Just get it done. The next thing we're going to do is activate the cactus juice. So you can open this, take this seal off, do the same thing with your activator. This is kind of dry. And a trick that I do is I get some cactus juice and put it in here and swish it around and then put it in here. If you don't think you got it all out, go ahead and put some more cactus juice in here. I'm pretty sure it's all out of there. The other thing you need to know is if you get a gallon, it's going to come with this amount. Go ahead and put the whole thing in there. Don't try to like pour out half a gallon and try to guess to see how much, half of this in there. It's not going to work. Go ahead and do that. They sell half gallons. With the right amount of activator. So go ahead and do that. And you just Put this cap on here and shake, shake, shake. Activated. I think for us, we're going to decide what we want to do. Do we want to just go with just regular stabilizing without any color? I think I'm going to use color. It came with color, so let's go ahead. Brilliant blue is pretty awesome, and I have some extras if I need some more. So you can put up to 4 ounces into a gallon. You have to mess around and see how much you like. So I'm going to put this whole 2 ounces in here. You could split this up and do several different colors in smaller containers, do all that stuff. There's all kinds of techniques. I'm going to take this out, and we're going to put this whole 2 ounces in here and see what it does, and you'll be able to see. And I'm going to pour this in here. This stuff will get everywhere, so just be careful. Be mindful of that. 2 ounces of brilliant blue going in here. And I'm going to put some more cactus juice in here. I have some back here. I'm going to put a little bit in here and then swish it around. So I want to get all of this. Just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and put this in here. Throw this away. Shake, shake, shake. Brilliant blue. Side note, these come with brilliant blue, Aztec gold, and emerald green. If you go into whenever you check out, there's a little thing for notes. You could tell him what colors you want. If he has them, he'll switch them out with you. He's a pretty cool dude. We're almost ready to stabilize some wood, and I just need some dry wood. And wouldn't you know it, I just happen to have some right here. And I'll go ahead and put some in here. We'll talk about drying for a little bit. You dry the wood. A moisture meter is not going to help you. You put it in the oven. You just keep weighing it until it stops losing weight. I have some videos I'll link down below that go over the whole process, and I'll have one at the end that you can just watch this after this video. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of these in here. These are absolutely dry, and I can't wait to see how they turn out. I'll give you a little close-up of these. All of this wood is fantastic. Got some spiky bits. I don't know how much is going to fit in there, but for sure, I'm going to put this one in here. It's 181.5 grams, and we'll see what it is after. Look how pretty this stuff is. This is going to look beautiful blue. We're going to go ahead and put our little hold down piece on here. There you go. We're just going to go ahead and pour this all in there. I hope a gallon's enough. If not, I have some more. That's why I did this. Look at that. You want to go above your stopper because it's going to drink this stuff in there pretty good. I think I probably got just about the right amount. And you need to leave some headspace up here for it to bubble. And we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put it all in here. I think that's going to be about right. Now the last part, we're going to go ahead and make this thing all the way through. The last part of this is going to be heat, and that's what turns this resin hard. So pumps get hot, so you want them to be far away from your vacuum chambers while this thing is going on. So I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to put the vacuum pump over here. And hopefully we have enough hose. It gives you plenty of hose. You'll be able to see this. I won't be able to. Normally I'd be over here doing it, but I don't want to get in the way of the camera. So this valve is open. I'm going to turn on the vacuum pump, and I'm going to close this slowly, and I'm not going to let this overflow. If you're a beginner, you probably want to have plenty of room in here, but I'll just show you how to do it. Let's see Here we go. Sometimes you got to get it kick-started. It's coming up pretty fast. So I'm going to go ahead and just let some air back in slowly and kind of let it hang out there for a while. If you let it overflow, it's going to go and get into your pump. On my other stuff, I have a pump saver and all that kind of stuff. But that's a little more advanced than what we want to talk about today. And we're about done. It's not going to go any higher than that. I probably would have been okay. But I just wanted to be careful. And that's above 25. I'm in Amarillo, Texas at 3,500 feet of elevation, and you're not going to get much better than that anyway. So I'm super pumped that I got this thing. This is it's almost 8 o'clock at night. I'm going to come back out here about 8 o'clock in the morning. That'll be 12 hours, and we'll see what it's doing then. It usually takes about that long at least to do this stuff anyway. So it's going to go overnight, and I'll see you in the morning. All right, it's the next day. It's about 11 o'clock, so it's well past 12 hours. There's a little bit of bubbles still going on. I have something else to do. I'm not going to be home for about another day, so I'm going to go ahead for the sake of this video. Going to stop this, let this out. I'm going to mark this so you can see. And we'll just go ahead and let some air out of it. And shut our pump off. Now we're going to let this sit for twice as long. And the principle behind this, if you get a sponge and dip it in water, squeeze all the air out of it, it squeezes really fast. And when you let it go, it takes at least twice as long to fill the sponge up. So this is the same thing. It's already, you can see how far that's already went down. It's going to soak this stuff in there. At least 20, probably 30 hours or something. Today's Thursday. I probably won't even look at this thing till mid-afternoon Saturday, and we'll see where it's at. And editing again. This is well over 35 hours later. You can see this thing went down. There's no wood poking up. It's like to the very bottom of this plastic piece down here. So the next thing is I need to dump this back into here. I save this container just for this, and then when I need blue, I can reuse this stuff. That's one thing, common question. You can reuse this stuff, so let's just stop talking and get this into here. I have the oven warming up, and I'll show you how I put the things on here. Just let them drip dry for a little bit. This right here will give you a good idea how much actually went into this wood. I'm pretty excited about that. And once again, this stuff is reusable. So let me get this out of here. I just have some Tupperware underneath here. This stuff will sit on here. This will get to 200 degrees, and then I'll just put it in there and I'll show you that. I'm going to come back. I'm going to let it sit here for a little bit, drip dry. And for the sake of getting the video done, I'm just going to wipe the excess off and put it in the oven. In the meantime, while this is drip drying, I'm going to take this, I'm going to spray it down with some water, soap, and keep it clean. It should come right clean. This stuff will get everywhere, so be careful. I went ahead and put all these in here. Obviously, this temperature went down because I had the door open, but I just put them in there where I have the least amount of cleanup to do. And that's it. So now we're ready to go. Let's check these out. Look at this stuff. This is what you're looking for whenever you're curing it in the oven. It's turning that stuff hard, and it'll stick to those grates, and then you kind of know you're done. I just let it sit in there a lot longer. And silly me, this is the one I had weighed before, 181.5. And this piece of wood is actually a little bit smaller, and it's missing a piece. So 181.5, sorry about that. And this one is almost 350. So quite a substantial weight gain. Not silly for doing that, but substantial. 181 and a similar size, 346. So this did take really well. I'm going to get a couple of these cleaned up and show you what it looks like, and we'll be right back. So here we go. Here it is right out of the oven, uncleaned. This is right out of the saw. Look how cool that is. And just a little bit of Yorkshire grit on here. That's going to kind of let you know what it's going to look like. These are absolutely fantastic. Now let's talk about these. These turned out fantastic. This was not a sponsored video. I bought this with my own money because I'm excited to show you how easy it is to get started. You got everything you need except for a vacuum pump and a toaster oven. I'll put links to both of those below. If you got anything out of this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment below. And we'll see you next time. Y'all be good.